How are you doing today? I'm David Burns. Good to be with you today. I've got my spoon with me today because we're going to be talking about some things that have to do with honey today that may be true or they may be false. There's a lot of stuff that is said about honey. Kind of bothered by some of them, are you? Because as beekeepers, the first thing that we want to do is promote the truth about honey. But there's a lot of claims about honey that, are they true or not? So the first one I want to talk about has to do two things. Two of them have to do with the spoon. So let's talk about honey and the spoon, because this one, it just is crazy. One spoonful of honey is enough to keep a person alive for 24 hours. What, am I missing something here? I mean, I don't get what that means at all, because I'm pretty sure I don't have to eat or drink anything for 24 hours and I'm just fine. In fact, I could sit here, I could have a live stream for 24 hours of you watching me just sit here. I mean, it would be hard to sit for 24 hours, but I could do it. And I would be fine. I'd be really tired, but I would be fine in 24 hours without eating anything. I think you can live 3 days without water, right? I mean, I don't know what that means. All right, well, we'll just let that one go. I mean, that's a statement. That's like saying you can live 5 minutes. Honey can keep you alive for 5 minutes, 24 hours. I don't get that. What am I missing? Leave a comment if I don't understand this statement. Okay, here's another one. Honey contains live enzymes. The metal spoon kills these enzymes. The best way to consume honey is a wooden spoon. If not, you can use a plastic one. Now, let's talk about that. Is that true or not? So I've heard this a lot through my years as a beekeeper, that I've heard people off and on say that, that a spoon will ruin honey, a metal spoon. Now, is that true? The first thing that when people ask me that I do is I say, did you harvest your honey? Yeah. Well, did you use an extractor? Yep. What was it made out of? Metal. What kind of metal? Stainless steel. Spoons are made out of stainless steel metal. I guarantee you, your honey spent more time in your extractor than it does on your metal spoon. Now, here's the deal with my opinion about that. I'm not a scientific metal expert, but I can guarantee you that honey being scooped out of a jar, maybe mixed in your coffee or taken by mouth, is not going to be ruined by that small amount of time that is touching your metal spoon. My goodness. Now, I probably would agree that you don't want to store honey in a metal container. You don't want to leave your spoon in the jar for 25 years. No. But I wouldn't worry at all about honey, touching a metal spoon and being ruined, the enzymes being killed at all. Now, leave a comment if you have more scientific data. I never claim to know everything. I'm always learning. I may be missing something here. But all of those years I've been using honey, I've screwed it up by using a metal spoon. I mean, that can't be true. I know we use a wooden dauber, the wooden things that we put in honey. I know we use, I guess you could use a plastic spoon. But I hear a lot of bad things about plastic, don't you? It says here, if you don't want to use a metal one, use a plastic one. But plastic, I hear that gives off these little plastic particles, but there's plastic honey jars. So I'm not sure. I think sometimes we can get too caught up in all of this. Well, let's talk about some more fun things and see if they're true or not. Oh, this one's interesting. Honey contains a substance, it says, that helps with brain function. Wow. All right. That explains why, at my age, I'm such a sharp thinker. No, it probably explains that it's ruining me. But I actually saw a study, as you can see right here, from National Library of Medicine. And it says here, Honey on Brain Health is the title, a promising brain booster. And it does say that, let's see if I can find the review, presents the current trend of research on honey, particularly the interest in underlying mechanisms related to brain booster health. A total of 34 original articles addressing brain health from consumption of honey were analyzed. We identified 4 main brain health benefits. And it says here they are memory booster. Oh my gosh. We all want memory booster. That's crazy, isn't it? And it says memory booster, neuroprotective effect. We all want our neuroprotected. Anti-stress. I don't know if that means your body or your cells. Might mean your cells there. and the anti-nociceptive. Nociceptive is actually like a pain blocker, I guess is a better way to use there. Oh, and so, wow, I never thought of honey as being a brain booster, but I can see where maybe that's true. So that's kind of exciting, you know, take it for what it's worth. Let's do a few more of these. And by the way, before we jump into a few more, be sure and subscribe. This is Bobblehead David. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. And please subscribe. He's here with the little subscribe in the front yard to say, please subscribe. And sometimes he steals the focus point of my eyes. His eyes are so real, my camera says, oh, there's David. Right, Dad. Are my eyes in focus now? All right, so another one says, honey is one of the few foods on earth that alone can sustain human life. All right, you're going to have to leave a comment. What do you think about that? Is that true or not? Honey is honey is one of the few foods on earth that alone can sustain human life. Boy, oh, so is that saying that if you just do nothing but eat honey over and over, breakfast, lunch, supper, you snack on honey, you don't eat anything else, maybe you don't drink anything else? Wow, I don't know. I think you'd be missing a lot of important things that we get from fruits and vegetables, heavier protein substances, beans and such. I don't think you would be as healthy living on honey your whole life as you would if you had a balanced diet. But what do I know? All right, you leave a comment, tell me what you think. Here's another one that says, Propolis, produced by bees, is one of nature's most powerful antibiotics. Okay, just made a video here a few days ago that you guys loved, got over 11,000 views. And I showed you how I burn propolis off the box. Bees, by the way, those of you that are new, thanks for watching my channel. Some of you aren't beekeepers that watch me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Some of you are starting in the spring, so you may not be aware of terminology. So those of you that are watching that are experienced beekeepers, just know that sometimes I have to kind of explain some things because of the broader audience. So propolis is a substance that bees gather from plants and trees. It's a real sticky substance, and they come back with it into the hive, and they use it to kind of glue everything together. But that statement is correct. It also has antibiotic properties. And so it can actually destroy or eliminate pathogens within the hive. So that is true about propolis. And a lot of people use propolis. All through the ages, people have used propolis to help with things. I've been to a lot of conferences where I've heard speakers give presentations about the medicinal benefits of propolis. Yeah. So if you didn't get a chance to see that video, I've got a new way to me that I'm cleaning up boxes this winter by melting, I guess, a propolis and then scraping it off. Works really great. I'll leave a link somewhere for that video. Here's another one. Honey has no expiration date. Well, that is true. And as beekeepers, we really do promote that. Honey doesn't spoil. Honey never goes bad. Honey doesn't have expiration dates. You don't have to refrigerate it, blah, blah, blah. We all say that. And I'm a strong advocate of that too. However, honey doesn't have an expiration date, but it does change over time. I once had 20-year-old honey that was, oh gosh, what would you call that? It wasn't spoiled. I would say off. How about that? OFF. It was just off, you know. I tasted it. It was 20 plus years old. It was stored in a 55-gallon metal drum for over 20 years, and it was off. I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't. I tasted it. I was like, oh, something's off. It was hard. It was crystallized and so forth. Now, people say, you know, they've gotten honey from King Tut's tomb, and it was still good, and it lasts forever and ever. And I'm sure that's probably true. However, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to taste as good as honey fresh out of your hive. You know, when you extract your honey and you taste it, when it's only been extracted just for a little bit, you're like, whoa, that is so good, right? So, okay, no expiration date, and you don't have to refrigerate it. Those of you that are new to my channel, new to beekeeping, you don't have to refrigerate honey. You don't need to. In fact, you don't want to do that. You just want to keep it out there on the table. It won't go bad. It won't go sour or anything like that. It will crystallize. Crystallize is when at the right temperatures, those crystals in there, the molecules start spreading and it gets harder. You might take your metal spoon and take a bite of it, and you can kind of feel the grains of sugar grains in it, and it's perfectly fine. All of us know that are beekeepers know that that's real honey. Leave a comment if you know what I'm talking about. That's how you know if it's real honey. If it's been ultra processed, it doesn't crystallize. And so it's okay. It doesn't go bad. So don't freak out about that. All right, let me give you a few more of these. And before I do, let me invite you to my live stream coming up tomorrow night. I love my live stream. I love seeing you guys there. Live stream to me gives me an opportunity to be with the beekeeping community. Do me a favor, be there tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 p.m. I'll leave a link in the description below and right here on the screen. And invite some friends. Let's get a big crowd together tomorrow night. Let's have some fun. We have giveaways planned. We have a good time. Spin to win wheel. Oh, it's going to be great. So look forward to that. All right, how about some more of these? It says here, the bodies of the world's greatest emperors were buried in golden coffins and then covered with honey to prevent them from rotting. Okay, so does honey prevent wood from rotting? I don't know. That's interesting. I think it would help. I think so. Never tried it. Has anybody got any experience? Leave a comment and see if that's true or not. How about this one? The term honeymoon comes from the fact that young people consumed honey for fertility purposes after marriage. Is that true? I thought honeymoon had a different origin, the word. Let me see if I can find that out. Honeymoon word origin. Let's see. It comes from the Old English phrase honeymoon. It's thought to have originated from the idea that the first month of marriage is the sweetest. Okay. And that kind of makes sense. Don't know about the fertility thing, if that's true or not. Okay, well, let's see. Newlyweds would drink mead, a fermented honey beverage, during the first month of marriage to improve their chances of conceiving. All right. I don't know. Well, interesting. So there you go. You do your research and let me know. Leave a comment what you think about that. Does the word honeymoon come from the fact that the young married couples would consume honey to increase their chances of fertility? Okay, so do me a favor now. Leave a comment and let me know some things that you've heard about honey that particularly are not true. All right? I mean, we've all heard great things about honey, and we're all beekeepers. We want to speak highly of honey because that is our livelihood for some of us that sell honey. I don't live off honey anymore. I used to, but some people do try to make a living selling honey. And don't ever want to say anything bad about it, but there's not a lot of bad that you can say about honey. It is better, in my opinion, than table sugar. It does have some trace minerals and vitamins, but my gosh, how many gallons of honey would you have to consume to get the daily intake of vitamins and minerals you need? But sometimes trace amounts are good. We need trace amounts of, honey has some things that we just, they're really beneficial to us. So leave a comment, let me know what things about honey that you have learned aren't true. Now, some people have told me that Manuka honey, you hear so much about Manuka honey, that it's just got crazy antibiotic properties to it. However, I did have somebody show me that of all their research, they could not find legitimate research proving that. So you have things that sometimes are in that kind of category of like, is that really true? And so that would be interesting to look into. So leave a comment. What things about honey have you heard that are kind of miraculous that aren't true? And that'd be great. Now, I did make a video recently, and if you guys haven't seen it, I really want to encourage you to watch it. It does show you how to get rid of propolis out of your hive. I know it sounds crazy. Bees need it. It's part of their immune system. It does kill pathogens. But by heating it up and letting it get absorbed in the wood and get out of your way so you can move your frames, that's really beneficial. And I made a video right here that you guys really like. Over 11,000 views already in just a few days. Check it out. Look forward to seeing you over there.